All right, so yes, it was night yesterday when we encountered the issue. So it's the next day. I was working on the issue and I figured it out. And I'm glad we encountered the issue so that we learned something new, as I always say. So that's the best way of doing the lab, just messing around so that you learn something else instead of just following steps. So what we learned before we do that, just wanted to show you if we do kubectl, kubectl get pods namespace no access, we can see the pods now as we were able to see it before, but we were not able to delete them, right? So if I try to delete, we were able to delete them, though we should not, because RBAC shouldn't allow us. Yeah, there was the main concern. And now if I try to delete it, we are getting the error as no access. In namespace, we do not have the proper rights. That's why it's forbidden user. But if we try to do that in delete access, we would be able to do it. The reason is, this is what we were trying to conclude in the entire lab, but let me discuss the issue that we encountered. The issue was, if we go to the Kubernetes, right here, where we integrated the Azure AD, right? AKS managed Active Directory, we selected the group. This is the admin group. You see that this is the admin group. And what mistake we did, we assign our user in the admin group. That's why that user had all the access, because it was a part of admin groups. Now, when I was going through the troubleshooting, figuring it out, what did I do wrong? I placed the user in this group instead of the user group. There was a problem, but now if I go inside this, we do not have any user, but except me as a global admin, so that I could go ahead and run all those resources again. So that's not the one who is logged in. It's the Cube user logged in, which is a part of Cube user. Okay, as you can see, Cube user, and this is the group, and this is our member, and that's admin. The email address is cube@my tenant, right here. This is what is logged in. So that's what we learned. Now all the Kubernetes RBAC is utilizing this group that we have configured in the binding. And once we enable the Azure AD managed, AKS managed Azure AD, now whenever we try to run anything or fetch the credential, it will prompt for the login. I can show you again, easy AKS get credentials, right? And name is cube01, resource group is cube RG. Now it will again prompt us, yes, we want to override it. Now if I do kubectl get nodes, maybe, see, now it's asking you to log in always, because it is integrated. Now you log in with the user, whatever user we are logged in with, we logged in with this one. Now as soon as we log in with the user, the Kubernetes RBAC would be in place, and whatsoever rights we have assigned to this user through the groups in Azure AD would be applicable to this user. So by this, we are done with the lab that I promised we're going to show you. I'm going to show you on Azure RBAC and Kubernetes RBAC. So just to rephrase, these two are the different objects, Azure AD RBAC and Kubernetes RBAC. Azure AD RBAC is for the Azure AD resources. But once we integrate it with Azure AD, whenever we try to log in with users in Azure AD, it will authenticate those users as we were seeing it right here it says, that's what it says. And all those bindings that we define in the YAML file on the Kubernetes would be applicable to those users, else you would not have the access, right? So thank you for watching, and you have a wonderful day.